Right, ladies, and we are live. I am Alex Rudnicka, and today is day one of your Get Confident, Get Seen, Get Clients Challenge, 7-day challenge. And so obviously we'll give it a little bit of time. I'm not quite sure how many of you will be able to attend live, which is fine because that's what we've got the replays for, right? So whoever you are as you are joining, if you can just say hello, and I should be able to see your comments. I should be able to see your comments on my laptop. So whoever you are, just make sure that you, just introduce yourself. Tell me who you are, because there's been over 100 women who have registered for the challenge. And I don't know how many of you can make it live, which is absolutely fine. But first things first, for those of you who don't know me, because again, most of you who've registered have never heard of me, you have no idea who I am. Let me just quickly introduce myself, and then we kind of we'll go through the overview of what we will be covering in during the challenge. So, say hello, whoever you are that you're watching, where you're from, and what it is that you would like to get out of the challenge, so we can cover those points in questions as well. So, my name is Alex Rudnicka, and I help women let go of their emotional breaks so they can finally get into action and grow the business the way they want to do. Which means that I am a business coach, which means that I will tell you what strategies you should be doing to build your online presence. But if you go to a regular business coach, they don't really tell you how to how to kind of get over the procrastination, how to get over the fear. They're just like, this is the prescription. This is what you need to be doing. Get on with it. Get going. And so I think where I am really unique is that I work with the mind. There is more ladies joining live, so hello. Tell me in the comments where you're from and what it is that you would like to get from the challenge as well, so I can kind of talk you through it. And so, as I said, my name is Alex Rudnicka, and so here is why I am qualified to do that. So some of you might have heard my story. I have struggled with a fear of visibility for a really, really long time. In fact, I've started over 5 different businesses, and in every single one of them, I failed for the very, very same reason. I wasn't implementing of what I knew I had to implement due to fear. And so if this is how you feel right now, if you've got a dream, if you're trying to start a business, or maybe you are even running your business, but you know that you want to go and there is something pulling you back, or and you're stopping yourself and you want to go and do some public speaking and you kind of holding back, or you want to do that first blog post or that first Facebook live. I hear you from the bottom of my heart, and I really want you to stick around for the whole duration of the 7 days. Today it will be more of an introduction and really talking about what confidence is and isn't. And then as I will give you the overview of the days, we will be going into really some wonderful meaty stuff during the week. But coming back to my story, it's absolutely true that, Brighton, I'm in the southwest as well, woohoo, seaside. And so, it is absolutely true that once I was so scared of being online, and this is a true story, that I actually deleted everyone off Facebook who knew me in real life. How weird is that? That means that I only left strangers that I've never met in real life to promote my business, because I was terrified of people who actually knew me in real life, of, what they would talk, what they would say about me. But mostly I was probably scared of what would I say if they asked me how it's going and I had no results. That was over 4 years ago. That girl is gone. I have eaten her, in a good way. I've grown her, okay? I've grown her. I've developed her with love. And now you can see my face plastered all over the place. I have no issues with going on live videos or being in front of camera. And so this is why I'm so passionate about helping you. But another reason why I'm qualified to teach this is that my background is actually working with people with anxiety and depression, which means that for 5 years before I started my business, I was working with people who were unemployed for longer periods of times. I worked in prison as well. And I worked with people who had really severe issues, as in like, I can't get out of bed kind of issues, to go on and live my life. And I was able, through coaching and through conversation and through very simple techniques that we use here with your mind, to get them to do the little things that they knew they had to be doing. And I think that makes me uniquely qualified, because I have not only struggled with it myself, but I have a track record of helping other people as well. And just a little disclaimer, I do work from home and I am a single mom, which means that Mia, who is my 8-year-old daughter, well, she's going to be 8 on the 20th of June, is next door. So if she comes in at any time, just bear with me, because I might have to tell her to go, right? Because mom is working. So, here is the thing, I've got my notes with me. I am known for the fact that I'm doing things kind of unscripted. I have the main points I want to cover, but I just will be kind of talking and interacting with you as we go along. So, who is this challenge for? First of all, let me just cover what we will be, going through during the next 7 days. This challenge is for any of you who know that there are things that you should be doing in your service-based business. So you could be a coach. I mainly work with coaches, but you could have a different service type of business, or there could be an activity that you want to be doing and you want to get visible online to promote your business, but you are feeling that confidence was lacking, or that there is a fear of putting yourself out there. Stick around, you're in good hands, I promise. And here is the breakdown of what we'll be covering. So today, we probably will gonna go for another 20 minutes. I don't want those challenges to be too long. I respect your time as well. And I've got my little munchkin that I need to put to sleep. So today we will be talking about what is confidence, what scientifically know that's working, and about the biggest misconceptions that people make when it comes to thinking, I can't be confident because X, Y, and Z, or because of other reasons. So we will be covering those basics and really setting the foundation before we'll then move on to transforming your fears. So tomorrow, number 2, the day number 2, we will be examining where you are right now and really asking some deep coaching questions, as in what is it that you're scared of? Because sometimes it's not the bad stuff that is scaring you. Sometimes it's not just the fear of what if it's going to go really bad? Sometimes it's the good stuff that is scaring you and you don't even know about it. So tomorrow we will be examining the reality where you are right now. So then on day 3, we can then move on to transforming your fear of online visibility and what you think that the confidence really for you is. Day number 3 will be amazing. We will be designing your own personality and what it really means to be confident and go after your desires for you. And I'm kind of going everywhere because people are commenting. Right, then number 4. Then number 4 will be amazing. How to assume power and self-generate confidence. And yes, you heard it right. It's something that you generate from the inside of yourself. It's time to stop relying on permission and what other people think of you, and so you can really generate from the inside. And that's what we'll be doing on day number 4. And obviously days number 1, 2, 3, and 4, I will be revealing the winner of a free 60 minutes coaching session with myself as well. So stay tuned for that. Day number 5, we're going to move on to the business basics, which means that we will be covering the basics that you need to have in place so you can actually be confident online. That will be day number 5. Day number 6, we will be going over how to choose the type of online visibility that is right for your business. Again, that will be more of what do you do once you're kind of working on your confidence. How do you actually implement it and get into action? And then number 7, I am so looking to the number 7, because day number 7, we are pulling it all together. And we are talking about confidence and sales. So yes, those of you who are still thinking, oh my God, I hate sales. I love everything about my business, but I hate sales. It's time to transform that belief, because unless you really love selling your services, you're going to have a pretty hard time doing so. So stay tuned for day 7. So let's get started first. Let me just grab a quick sip of water, and then we get going. And here is the thing. the rules have changed when it comes to online business, and this is how you can benefit from it. This is something that I struggled myself with for a lot of years. If you wanted to have an online business, you had to have loads of money to invest. You had to have a team of tech people to do the graphics for you, to build a website for you. You probably had to be based in US because that was kind of the dominating market. You had to kind of speak with that Polish, with that polished American accent. But the rules have changed. Look at me. I am an immigrant. I came to this country when I was 21. I could not speak a word of English. My first salary was £55 a week. And here I am working from home, from my home office, teaching you right now, living in a little town in Southwest. I'm originally based in London though. And people, women from all over the world have registered for this challenge. I'm working with women in Germany. I've got a client in France. I've got a client in US. And so the rules have changed. No matter who you are, no matter what your background is, no matter what your accent is, no matter how weird your surname is, and no matter how rural the area that you live in, if you've got the guts to go after what you want, you can create a location independent online business from wherever you are in the world. And so really what this training is about is to really get you to understand how blessed we are, that we can work on our confidence. And if this is the only thing that's stopping you, then let's talk about that. Here is the biggest misconception that people have about confidence. And this is something that I used to believe probably until I was like my late 20s, and I'm 33 now. And I used to believe that people are born with confidence. So when I worked in management, I used to manage a team of people for one of the British banks. I would look at other people and think, oh my God, they're so confident, they're so well spoken, they're loud. And I would think that confidence means really being extroverted and being that person who's the loudest, and they can go and kind of overtalk over people, and because they need to be aggressive in order to be confident. And that's one of the biggest misconceptions that there is. We know this from science. I am not that smart. I didn't make that up, okay? I didn't come up with it myself. We know from science that confidence really can be a choice. It can be the state of mind that you get yourself into in terms of your belief system and what it is that you choose to focus on. And so when we really understand that confidence is a skill, well, then that means that with practice, I could go from deleting everyone who knew me in real life on Facebook to now being able to work with people all over the world and doing Facebook Lives without the care in the world, right? And so what does that mean to you? When I tell you, just for a second, really think about it. When I tell you that confidence is a skill, how do you feel about it? So, let me know in the comments, do you really feel that it's a skill that you can acquire? Or do you feel that you are inherently just not a confident person and it's not possible to be confident? Because there are two completely different mindsets that we're talking here about. And it will be really important, and I will be leading you over the next few days to really change and shift your conception and your concept of confidence, and what it really means for you and for your future. And here is the number one mistake that I see women doing when it comes to getting to online visibility. Whatever the business that you have, the number one mistake that I hear over and over and over again, this is something that I used to work with when I work with people in prison, they had after they came out of prison, I would coach them back into employment, right? And they would always tell me, I just need to be a little bit more confident and then I can go and have that job interview. I need to be more confident and then I can go and apply and speak to these people in person. I need to be confident and then go and pick up the phone, right? And then what do you do in real life? I need to go be more confident. When I'm confident, I'm going to go and speak to that guy. When I'm confident, I'm going to go and post that blog post. But here is the thing. That's the catch-22. Because confidence is a skill, build upon competence through repetition. So let me just rephrase this. That means that when you do something for the first time, you really feel awkward and silly, and it's that feeling of, what am I doing? I feel so awkward. And you just nearly like slimy and just so embarrassed, and just that really, really bad feeling that we have, right? That is stopping us because we believe that we need to be confident to do the thing. Whereas in real life, I'm sorry to say that, and I say it with love. Hi Daniela, hi Sue. Whereas in real life, you need to do the thing to become confident, because that's how you be confident, through doing the thing. And so what does that mean to you? Well, that means that when I've made a decision, because it all starts with a decision, and we will be making those decisions as we go along through this week as well. That means that when I made the decision to finally put myself out there, I didn't have a mentor back then, but I spoke to someone who was much more advanced than I am. And I asked this person, what do I do? I'm just like, I can't do it. I'm ashamed of my accent. What if I make a mistake? What if I finish the sentence in a different language? Because English is my second language. And he just said to me, do you know what? If you really want to get good on video, I challenge you to do 100 days of video each and every single day, without editing it, without being perfect, without worrying what it is that how you come across, and then post it online. And I was terrified. I was like, the moment he said it, I was like, are you joking me? I cannot do that. I need to work on my confidence first. Hi, Isabella. I need to work on my confidence first, and then I can do that. And he was like, no, this is how you actually do it. Now, how to get into the steps into getting yourself actually doing and implementing that, again, we will be covering that in the next few days. But today, we're just covering those basics of what confidence really is. And to me, when I work with my clients, confidence is that really giving yourself permission for your essence, the essence of who you are, to really come out and shine. And that means that the essence of you is all of the geeky or the gooky or the goofy stuff, or the mistakes that I've just made, right? That's part of me. And when you can really become and when you can really give yourself permission to be okay with making mistakes and feeling that awkwardness, that's when things will start shifting for you. That's where really, true confidence is. True confidence is something that comes from the inside, and it never relies on the outside environment. And so if you can't imagine it right now, that's absolutely fine. We'll be taking you through the process to get into that place. But let's talk about the enemy number one that you need to be tackling when it comes to building your self-confidence. I call this a vermin that just needs to be killed, damaged, just rooted out and gotten rid of for the rest of your life. And again, it's a mental skill. If you want to start implementing the strategies that we will be talking to you in that week, you will bump into this. And it's we all know this. We all know that little guy. It's the self-doubt. And here is how I explain self-doubt to women that I work with. Let's just imagine that you are a runner and you're starting to, and you like in your starting blocks, just about to get out, you're waiting for that gun to go off so you can start running in your running tracks. So there are other competitors, next to you, stretching, getting ready. And while they are ready, getting themselves ready to perform the best in that race that they possibly could, what do? You kneel over and you bend over and you literally start tying your shoelaces together. And you tie them together so tightly that when the gun goes off, everyone shoots off. And what happens to you? Fall flat on your face. To me, this is probably the most powerful metaphor that I can use about what self-doubt really, really does to you. Because if you indulge, if you allow, and yes, I use this word with on purpose. If you allow yourself to indulge and listen to that little voice of self-doubt, what if it doesn't work out? What if they look at you in a wrong way and they think that you're a weirdo? Right? Those kind of like little voices. If you allow yourself to listen to that, you will then grow fear out of that, right? Which is the opposite of self-confidence. And the fear will paralyze you into inaction, into procrastination. And this is why the more we put off something, the more we put something off, the harder it is, right? Because the more we listen to it, the more and the bigger it grows. Here is another thing that you really need to understand, and I'm going to illustrate it with another story. Maybe one of you have heard this story, but it's a beautiful story, and it really tells you how your mind works. And then I will tie it back together to what it means for your confidence and what you will be, what we're setting the tone for during this week. So just imagine that, just picture this farmer, right? So there is a farmer called John, right? And he's got a bag full of seeds, and he gets the seeds, and he's got in his bag, a bag full of corn seeds. So he goes into his land and he starts planting the seeds, and he plants the seed by seed. So what's going to grow in the land? And this is not a tricky question, by the way, right? Let me know in the comments, what's going to grow? If he's going to plant the seeds of corn, what is the land going to return? You tell me. It's going to return corn, right? Like, it wasn't a difficult question. I wasn't trying to trick you or anything. But let's just say that on the second day, he makes the mistake and accidentally he grabs a different bag, and that bag has kind of seeds of poisonous flowers. So he gets the poisonous flower seeds, and he does exactly the same thing. He goes and he plants those little seeds into the land. Poisonous flower, poisonous flower, poisonous flower, poisonous flower. What's going to grow? You guessed it again. Hi, Margie, lovely to see you here. Poisonous flowers as well. This is exactly how your mind works, and the seeds are your thoughts. And I'm Eastern European, like I've got a little bit of temper. Bear with me. If right now you're thinking to yourself, oh, duh, okay, she's not the only one who said it. I know this. I've heard it a million times. Stop and maybe just ask yourself, do I really do this to myself? Do I really control the seeds that I'm planting in my head? Or when I hear the thoughts of what could go wrong, I actually go and listen to them, because we all do that to ourselves, right? And so we really need to at least understand the process of what's really is happening. And so every single time when you have the thought of lack of confidence, which is I will be judged, which is every single time when you focus on what other people will think of you, you're giving your power away, and those thoughts are growing. And so just like with that land, if you allow those thoughts to grow, here is how your brain works. You think a thought, and it's kind of sparkling and building a connection. But the more you think a thought, as in if you keep repeating in your mind, they will judge me, they will laugh at me. I don't like the sound of my voice when I'm doing public speaking. What if I make a mistake? For me, it used to be a real problem I had with my accent, because English is my second language. I was terrified that I would make a mistake, and I still make mistakes because English is my second language. I just don't care about it anymore. The more you repeat it, the more and the stronger you building connections in your brain, right? And so what we will be doing over the week, I will teach you how to loosen up those connections to the point that you are moving from the low confidence to the high confidence thought process, and you can strengthen it over time. Does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. Right. Oh, cool. I've got a pretty cool example that I want to tell you. We will be wrapping up probably in the next 5 minutes, and we will be announcing a winner of a free session as well before we finish today. So just to illustrate you the power of what I've just told you, of what true confidence is, which is that internal knowing, the internal core, which is unshakable, no matter what someone says or judges you, or no matter the way they look at you, you don't interpret in a way that's negative. You kind of just stay the course of who you are, because that's what you choose to do, and the more you do it, the better you get at it. So back when I used to work with people who suffered from severe anxiety and depression, I once had that gentleman who came to me. I'm not going to tell you his name, protect him, whichever. He wouldn't watch this anyway. So he was on benefits. For those who are watching the replay in the US, he was on welfare, on state welfare. He wasn't working. He was 52 when he first came to see me. And he said to me, listen, I've been suffering from severe anxiety and depression my entire life. I've never had a job in my life. There is nothing you can do to help me. And he was just like, that kind of, attitude. And I said, that's cool. Like, I'm not here to change you. You still need to come and see me. So if you just come and see me and we have our little chats, we just see where it goes. Through our little conversations and our little exercises that I would give him, within 7 months, the guy had a job for the first time in his life. Not because I pushed him or forced him or threatened him, but because we changed the mental wiring of his head, and he wanted to get a job and he enjoyed the job. And to my knowledge, he's working. I'm not in touch with him anymore, but last time I heard of him, he was in employment for the last 2 years or something. And so if right now you're watching this, whether that's a replay or whether that's a live video, and you've listened to everything what I've said, and you're like, oh yeah, it's easy for her, and she's done it, and we all have been that woman, right, who watches at someone else and we give them the qualities that we think we don't have, then don't take it from me. Take it from that guy who was 52. Do you understand what it means to go through your life and be 52 years old and be stuck in fear and never have a job due to that fear? And then through working with me, we changed, and I wasn't even paid for that. That was kind of, my job. I wasn't, he wasn't my private client, right? We changed him to the point that he was enjoying a job, right? And he's going, it wasn't a six-figure career or anything, but the guy had a job and he loved it. He felt like he was contributing. And so if you can't take it from me, take it from that guy. You're in good hands. Hang out with me for the rest of the week, and we will be going through those things, because no matter where you are, I will show you the techniques. If you use them, you will be able to not only become confident, but also implement your own visibility strategy. So if you have any questions that you would like me to answer live, then you can go ahead and start typing them now. And I will need to go and just fiddle with my computer for a little bit, because I need to come up with a winner for the free session. And I need to go to my laptop, to a spreadsheet, and then go to a randomizer, to be fair, to choose a number. So if you bear with me, and in that moment while I'm doing this, if you can type any questions that you have, I will be happy to answer them shortly. And for any of you who have not entered the draw for the 60 minutes free session with me, you can still do that. All you need to do, there is a post on my page, I believe, Alex Rudnicka page, that is pinned to the top of the post, or you can also do it via email that I've sent you. All you need to do is just share that email and tag me, and then Sue, we will be answering questions in a second. Right, hold on, let me generate. So what I'm doing right now, I'm picking the person, so it's going to generate the number, and I'm going to go to the spreadsheet and see what the surname is. And it's number 3. Who's number 3? Number 3 is a lady called Melissa Wright. Melissa Wright, I'm not quite sure if you live, and for some reason I know your name. I think we Anyways, Melissa, what's going to happen is that you will receive an email you will receive a private message from me, and also we will email you. That will be announced via email tomorrow. So Melissa Wright, congratulations. You are the first winner of the 60 minutes free coaching session with me, and you can use that session, whatever topic it is that you have, whether that's your fear of visibility, whether that's business coaching, whether that's strategy, whether that's sales strategy. We can chat on all of that. So, Sue, we got, how long does it take to turn your mindset around? Sue, it depends where your starting point is, right? So if you, for example, you need to really look at what your end goal is, as in like, what is your end goal? Is it wanting to be live on camera, right? Like I am right now, or public speaking right in front of people? Hi, Laura, lovely. So, what is your end goal? And then you kind of work backwards, which means that it's, first of all, I'm going to be honest with you, it's different for everyone. However, the more determined you are, and the more you can allow yourself to feel silly, like an idiot, and uncomfortable as hell, the quicker you will change things around. Which means whatever it is that you want to become confident with. For example, just to tell you, when I was going through my video challenge, and that was probably about 3 or 4 years ago, I don't remember, when I was doing the 100 days challenge to become confident on video, first there was awkward, and I was just like, press send, kind of, I was just terrified. It would take me like 3 hours to submit a video. By day 25, if that, maybe by day 23, I was like, I can do this. People are actually nicer than I thought, people were kinder, that, no one beat me up. And so it really depends what your end goal is in terms of your mindset, and how willing you are to listen and reframe your thoughts and catch them as they go along. As again, we will be covering that in the future days. So, not to keep you for too long, what we'll be covering tomorrow is that tomorrow is a good day. Tomorrow we will be facing the reality. Where are you today, and what is it that you're actually scared of? Because many times we're just very vague, as in like, I'm just scared of online visibility. But what is it exactly about online visibility that scares you? So we will be going through all of those. For today, there is also a worksheet that you can complete. I would love for you to kind of get back to me and kind of share in the comments what came out for you during the worksheets. And what the worksheet has got questions like this. What do you believe right now that confidence is? And really see what comes out for you. Because if you're describing that confidence is something that you see in other people, but you don't believe that you can have, that's a limiting belief that you need to be working on, right? The next question will be answering, what would you do if you were at your most confident? I would love for you to share those things with me as you will be filling in your worksheets. Let me know. If you were really at your most confident already, what would you do differently in your life? And what would you do differently in your business? I would love to hear that. So let's share some of those stories. And the last one, who are the people that you think are really confident that you look up to? And what are the qualities that you admire in them? So again, all of those questions that I'm covering that I really want you to answer. And again, that will set the foundation for the exercises that we will be doing for the rest of the week. There was an email sent, I believe, today morning, and day one, about the topic, and it had the worksheet in it. You can download the worksheet. You can save on your own computer. It's a fillable document, so you can type in the document and then come back and let me know what your findings were, because that will be your foundation. So ladies, with that being said, I'm gonna go and put my little munchkin to sleep, and I will be seeing you tomorrow. In the meantime, obviously I'm in the group, I will be interacting, so if you have any questions, any takeaways, let me know in the comments and I will definitely answer those for you. Other than that, you have a lovely, lovely night, and I will be seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you, bye.